today we are doing the bullet journal setup for December 2020. I don't even know how we're here this fast. I picked a theme. It's Bo Katan. She's a really awesome character that's been in Star Wars for the last 15 years. She started off as a cartoon character in the Clone Wars, and then she got put in Star Wars Rebels, and then now finally she's live action in The Mandalorian. The second she came on screen, I screamed, and everything about her was just perfection. I just think it's so amazing they had the voice actress play her in live action. That episode, I think it might be my most favorite Mandalorian episode now. It just totally grew my appreciation for Bo Katan, so that's why we're doing her as the theme today. Also, she's got a really nice blue color scheme, and blue is known as a wintry color, so I think it worked out. We're gonna go back now to the footage of me making it, so I hope you enjoy, and I hope that if you don't bullet journal, this will inspire you to do it, because I was inspired to do bullet journaling by watching videos. This is a picture of Bo Katan that I traced from the computer because I have zero drawing skills when it comes to drawing humans, and I did not want to spend 4 hours trying to draw Bo Katan's face, just end up getting something that looks like a blobfish. So I just went online and I looked up Bo Katan concept art, which you can find so much Star Wars concept art on starwars.com. It's just really simplified and easy to trace, so I just figured it's the same as, you know, coloring in a coloring page. And then I made a blue background. I just colored it in with markers, but it looked too much like markers, so I grabbed some watercolor that was black and I spread it over it to tone down the saturation, and it ended up looking a lot more like watercolor. So I did use markers also for coloring in Bo Katan at first. So I did that for the hair and the lips. Her hair, she's one of the few Star Wars characters with red hair. I think that's just one of the design choices that makes her really unique. Also the freckles. My friends with freckles, they always do not feel represented, because there are only 2 Star Wars characters with freckles, Bo Katan and Enfys Nest. If that's incorrect, you can tell me, but those are the only 2 that I know of. I mean, Daisy Ridley does, but they cover Rey's freckles up, so I think it's nice that Bo Katan has freckles. Also, her scar, I think it's cool because Katie Sackhoff, who plays Bo Katan, she thought it was really important that they keep the scar and the freckles for the show. It's just a part of why it's just perfection. I just redid the hair with actual orange watercolor, so it looks a lot more cohesive. I just glued it onto that background, and then I traced whatever's on her helmet. And that's it. The cover page is done. Now it's time to move on to the calendar spread, which Bo Katan's helmet looks like it has watercolor on the edges of it sometimes. So I decided to just embrace the watercolor, and I painted on that symbol, that graphic that's on her helmet, again in the corner this time. And then you can kind of see that there are drips on the watercolor that I did. I just grabbed some runny watercolor and I just let it drip down. And then this is the font that I created that's kind of influenced by that symbol that's in the corner. I think it actually turned out a lot better on this spread than it did on the cover spread because I used a larger pen. And then here I'm doing the calendar now. That's the thing that I'm gonna write the days of the week on. But it's not just any little banner thing, because that is supposed to look like the pocket of Bo Katan's poncho. So that's what that is. And now I'm just coloring in some dots and putting the days of the week on each of them. Here is a quote from Bo Katan during the final season of the Clone Wars. It says, "What's one more?" Because she's talking about war, but, you know, I'm talking about 2020, you know? There we go with the white pen. This white pen has lasted me over a year now, but it's running out, so that's kind of sad, but I'm glad I was able to use it on this spread one last time before it completely dries up. Now I'm doing the playlist spread. This is supposed to look like the back of Bo Katan's helmet, which there's just that gray thing on the back of it, and then that's the color of her helmet. And watercolor again. It was so hard to get the color consistent. I had to do many layers, so the pages are very wrinkled, and I don't have a very strong bullet journal. I do have one, but I'm so scared to use it because it's so thick. I feel like I'll ruin it. This is my water tracker, which I'm doing it differently this month. You can see I just put all the water cups beforehand. Before I used to just put in a water cup whenever I would drink water, but then when I didn't fill in a day, I'd feel bad and I wouldn't keep up with it for the rest of the month. So now I'll just color it in with blue, and then I'll feel motivated to fill it all up, no matter what day I'm on or what day I missed. Now this is going to be my weekly spread. So this is my Arteza watercolor brush, and I dipped it into regular watercolor. So I'm just writing in the days that this weekly spread is gonna span. Then just bringing back in the watercolor, and I really like the blue colors. I think it did turn out looking pretty winter-like. Very simple. At least the way it looks. This has probably taken me 10 hours. If you look back at this video, try to guess how many outfits I wore, because that's how many days this took me. But I really enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun. I hope that it made you want a bullet journal, or if you haven't watched The Mandalorian, that it'll make you want to go and watch it. There's only one thing left to do now, and that is to look at the final flip through with this overly happy music.